Is your spirit heavy with unseen burdens? Do you ever wonder if there's more to your struggles than meets the eye, a deeper purpose woven into the fabric of your pain? Perhaps you've felt a persistent unease, a gnawing sense that you're meant for something greater, yet you're lost in a labyrinth of confusion and self-doubt. Many of us walk through life feeling this way, carrying silent battles, questioning our path, and wondering if true peace and clarity are even attainable. These moments of profound struggle, be it financial hardship that grips your family, the sting of betrayal that shatters your trust, the loneliness that echoes in an empty home, or the relentless grip of an addiction that promises solace but delivers only deeper despair, they can cloud our minds, steal our inner peace, and leave us feeling utterly alone. But what if these very struggles are not a curse, but a catalyst? What if they are not roadblocks, but signposts guiding you toward a profound transformation? Consider the story of Job, a righteous man in the land of Uz, who, despite his unwavering faith, faced unimaginable loss. In the book of Job, chapter 1, we read how he lost his wealth, his children, and his health, suffering immensely. Yet, in the midst of his profound grief and physical torment, Job clung to his integrity and his belief in God's sovereignty. His friends, in their limited human understanding, urged him to curse God and die. But Job's response in Job 1:21 resonates with timeless wisdom. "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." His journey was a testament to enduring faith through unimaginable pain, and ultimately, his steadfastness led to a double blessing. Job 42:10. This ancient narrative isn't just a story. It's a mirror reflecting our own potential to find strength in tribulation, to discover a deeper connection to the divine when our world seems to crumble. We're here today on Book of Wisdom to explore a profound truth that these very experiences, the ones that challenge us to our core, are often the universe's way of nudging us awake. They are the subtle, yet undeniable, signs of a spiritual awakening, a divine calling to step into your true power as a chosen one. This isn't about fleeting happiness or superficial fixes. It's about a deep, soul-stirring transformation that will redefine your existence forever. It's about understanding that even in the darkest valleys, a divine light is waiting to be ignited within you. Before we delve into these 7 powerful signs you might be ignoring, I have 3 simple yet profound requests for you. First, if this message resonates with your spirit, please take a moment to like this video. Your engagement helps us reach more souls who are searching for truth and guidance. Second, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Book of Wisdom channel. By joining our community, you become part of a collective journey toward enlightenment and inner peace. And third, and perhaps most importantly, share your initial thoughts in the comments below. What struggles are you facing right now that you believe might be a prelude to something greater? Your vulnerability creates a space for collective healing and understanding. Life has a way of stripping us bare, of presenting us with challenges that feel insurmountable, pushing us to the precipice of despair. These are the moments when the soul cries out, when the very foundations of our existence seem to crumble, leaving us feeling lost, broken, and questioning everything we once held dear. Think of someone like Sarah, a brilliant young woman whose promising career was derailed by a sudden, severe illness. The medical bills piled up, her savings dwindled, and the vibrant life she had meticulously built collapsed around her. She found herself in a small, rented room, the vibrant colors of her past replaced by the muted tones of sickness and despair. The laughter that once filled her home was replaced by the silence of loneliness, punctuated only by the nagging doubt that whispered, "Where is God in all of this?" She felt betrayed by her own body, abandoned by the dreams she had chased with such fervor. Each morning, waking was a Herculean task, the weight of her circumstances pressing down on her spirit. She was adrift, caught in a tempest of fear and confusion, her faith flickering like a dying candle in a relentless wind. Or consider the agonizing plight of David, a man whose life was a testament to hard work and dedication, only to be shattered by the betrayal of a trusted business partner. The financial ruin was devastating, leaving him on the brink of homelessness, his family facing an uncertain future. The shame was a heavy cloak, suffocating his once buoyant spirit. He remembered the verse from Psalm 34-18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit," but in his darkest moments, those words felt distant, an echo from a forgotten world. The weight of providing for his loved ones, coupled with the profound sense of being wronged, gnawed at his mental clarity and stole his inner peace. He would lie awake at night, the silence amplifying his doubts, the questions echoing in the emptiness. Why me? What have I done to deserve this? This wasn't just financial distress. It was a crisis of identity, a spiritual abyss that threatened to consume him whole. He began to isolate himself, pulling away from friends and family, his once vibrant personality overshadowed by a pervasive gloom. The thought of prayer felt futile, the idea of a loving God a cruel irony. He was a ship without a rudder, tossed about by the merciless waves of adversity. These aren't just isolated stories. They are reflections of the universal human experience of struggle. In fact, according to a 2023 study by the American Psychological Association, nearly 77% of adults in the US report experiencing stress that affects their mental health, with financial concerns and relationship issues being among the leading causes. This pervasive struggle often manifests as a deep spiritual void, a feeling of disconnection from purpose and peace. When we face such profound challenges, the kind that strip away our comforts and force us to confront our deepest fears, it can feel as though God has abandoned us. The pain can be so overwhelming that it obscures any glimmer of hope, trapping us in a cycle of despair. We might find ourselves questioning our faith, our life choices, and even our very worth. This period of intense suffering, while agonizing, is often a crucial precursor to spiritual awakening. It's in these moments of profound vulnerability that our defenses are lowered and our hearts become receptive to a deeper, more transformative truth. It's here, in the crucible of adversity, that the seeds of faith, though seemingly dormant, begin to stir. In the depths of despair, when all seems lost and the world appears to have turned its back, there often emerges a faint whisper, a subtle shift in the internal landscape. It's a divine intervention, a spiritual realization, or a tiny, persistent spark of hope that refuses to be extinguished even in the most suffocating darkness. For Sarah, battling her debilitating illness, there came a morning when, despite the physical pain, a fleeting image of herself, healthy and vibrant, flashed through her mind. It was a mere second, yet it held an unexpected power, a tiny crack in the wall of her despondency. She remembered a passage from Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." The words, once just scripture, now carried a new resonance, not as a command, but as a comforting promise. She still felt weak, still overwhelmed by her circumstances, but something had stirred within her, a nascent, almost imperceptible belief that perhaps, just perhaps, this wasn't the end. This was the moment faith, even when it felt like a fragile, trembling flame, began to assert its presence, giving her a sliver of inner strength to press on. For David, reeling from financial ruin and the sting of betrayal, the breakthrough came in an unexpected form. One particularly bleak evening, as he sat in the suffocating silence of his desolate apartment, a memory surfaced, a sermon he had heard years ago about the unwavering faithfulness of God, even when circumstances seemed to defy all logic. He recalled the story of Abraham, who, even in old age, believed God's promise of countless descendants, Genesis 15:5-6, demonstrating a faith that defied human reason. David's mind, previously clouded by bitterness, momentarily cleared. He still felt the crushing weight of his problems, but for the first time in months, a new thought entered his mind. What if there's a reason for this? What if this immense pain is serving a higher purpose? This was not a sudden revelation, nor a complete eradication of his doubts. Instead, it was a shift in perspective, a microscopic opening in the seemingly impenetrable wall of his despair. He didn't instantly feel better, but a flicker of curiosity, a desire to understand, replaced the suffocating blanket of apathy. This tiny spark, though hardly a roaring fire, began to illuminate a path forward, suggesting that perhaps faith wasn't about the absence of doubt, but the courage to believe despite it. This emerging faith isn't about ignoring the pain or pretending that everything is fine. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of the storm, there is an anchor. It's about the subtle, yet profound, realization that while you may not understand the why of your suffering, there is a divine presence that does. This initial spark, no matter how small, is incredibly powerful. It's the beginning of a transformation, a shift from feeling like a victim of circumstances to becoming an active participant in your own spiritual journey. As it says in Hebrews 11:1, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This confidence, even when nascent, empowers you to look beyond the immediate pain and glimpse the potential for growth and redemption. It's a subtle yet profound indication that you are being called to a deeper level of trust, a foundational element in becoming the chosen one, someone who, through their trials, discovers an unparalleled connection to divine wisdom and strength. This critical moment, where faith begins to emerge, sets the stage for a profound breakthrough, a testament to the resilient spirit of humanity and the unwavering grace of the divine. As the faint whisper of faith grows into a steady hum, the narrative shifts and the dawn of breakthrough begins to illuminate the path forward. This isn't a sudden, magical eradication of all problems, but rather a remarkable manifestation of change that unfolds as faith takes root and starts to work its transformative power. For Sarah, the shift began subtly. Encouraged by her newfound flicker of hope, she started incorporating short periods of mindful breathing and quiet reflection into her day, something she hadn't had the energy or inclination to do before. She felt drawn to listen to uplifting spiritual talks online. One day, a small, unexpected blessing arrived. An old friend, whom she hadn't spoken to in years, reached out, offering her a remote freelance project that perfectly matched her skills and didn't require physical exertion. It wasn't a cure for her illness, but it was a crucial shift in her financial circumstances, alleviating a significant source of stress. This unexpected turn of events felt like a direct answer to a silent prayer, a tangible sign that her nascent faith wasn't misplaced. Indeed, God's timing is perfect, she whispered, tears welling in her eyes as she realized that even in her weakest moments, a plan was unfolding. She began to see that her perseverance and trust in God had led her to this point, bringing her closer to her purpose and a renewed sense of hope. This wasn't about her strength, it was about the strength flowing through her. David's breakthrough, too, was a testament to the subtle yet profound workings of faith. After his moment of clarity, he found himself almost instinctively seeking out resources for financial recovery and legal advice, something he had been too despondent to do before. He stumbled upon a pro bono legal aid service that specialized in cases of business fraud. The lawyer he met, a kind and compassionate individual, saw the injustice of his situation and agreed to take on his case. While the legal battle would be long, the mere act of taking action, fueled by a renewed sense of purpose, brought immense relief. More profoundly, David began to mend his fractured relationships. He reached out to his family, apologizing for his isolation and sharing his renewed sense of hope. The warmth of their support, which he had pushed away for so long, became a powerful balm for his wounded spirit. He remembered the words from Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse, once an abstract concept, now felt alive and deeply personal. He wasn't out of the woods entirely, but the path was no longer shrouded in impenetrable fog. He saw that his persistence and his willingness to trust, even when the outcome was uncertain, had opened doors he never knew existed. The emotional realization struck him. Faith wasn't a passive belief, but an active force, the key that unlocked unexpected blessings and new opportunities. These manifestations of change aren't always grand, dramatic miracles. Often, they are subtle shifts, a new perspective, an unexpected opportunity, a healing conversation, or an inner peace that transcends understanding. These shifts are profoundly significant because they demonstrate the reciprocal nature of faith. When we take even a small step of belief, the universe, aligned with divine will, often responds in kind. According to a 2020 study published in the Journal of Religion and Health, individuals who reported higher levels of spiritual faith also reported greater resilience in the face of adversity and a stronger sense of purpose. This highlights the Powerful impact of faith on our ability to navigate challenges and embrace positive change. The experience of breakthrough reaffirms that our struggles are not in vain, but rather serve as fertile ground for growth and transformation. It's in these moments that we truly begin to understand what it means to be a chosen one, not someone exempt from hardship, but someone who, through unwavering faith, transforms hardship into triumph, becoming a beacon of hope and resilience. For themselves and others. As the protagonist emerges from the crucible of their struggles, a profound transformation becomes evident, marked by newfound strength, deep wisdom, and an unwavering sense of purpose. This isn't merely a return to normalcy, but an ascent to a higher state of being where life is lived with intentionality and profound alignment. For Sarah, her health continued to improve steadily, and the remote freelance work not only provided financial stability but also reignited her passion for creative problem-solving. She discovered a flexibility and freedom she hadn't experienced in her previous high-pressure career. More importantly, her perspective on life had undergone a radical shift. The fragility of her past health made her deeply appreciate every moment, every breath. She began volunteering at a local community center, using her skills to help others facing similar health challenges, offering them not just practical advice, but also the profound gift of hope and empathy. She had transformed from a victim of circumstances to a beacon of resilience, her gentle spirit radiating a quiet strength that inspired everyone around her. She often reflected on how her illness, once her greatest adversary, had become her greatest teacher, leading her to a life of deeper meaning and connection. Her unwavering trust in God had led her to this incredible alignment with her true purpose. David, having navigated the turbulent waters of financial ruin and betrayal, also found his life meticulously reshaped. The legal case, while demanding, eventually concluded in his favor, allowing him to rebuild his financial foundation. However, the most profound change wasn't in his bank account, but in his character. He emerged with an unshakable inner calm, a wisdom gleaned from profound adversity. He started a small business, this time focusing on ethical practices and building a culture of trust and transparency, a stark contrast to his previous experience. He became a mentor to young entrepreneurs, sharing his story not to dwell on past pain, but to emphasize the power of integrity and perseverance, echoing the biblical principle of sowing and reaping. Galatians 6-7. He understood that the betrayal, while agonizing, had forced him to look inward, to redefine success not by wealth alone, but by character and purpose. His deep spiritual connection, forged in the fires of adversity, was now his guiding compass, directing every decision, every interaction. He was no longer reacting to life. He was creating it, purposefully and powerfully. This stage of alignment is about recognizing that every challenge you've faced has contributed to the masterpiece of who you are becoming. It's about embodying the lessons learned, integrating the pain into your wisdom, and allowing your purpose to emerge from the depths of your authentic self. The journey of a chosen one is not about escaping hardship, but about transmuting it into strength, compassion, and unwavering faith. As stated in James 1-4, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. This emphasizes that trials are not roadblocks, but essential steps in our spiritual maturation. This newfound strength allows you to navigate future challenges with grace and confidence, knowing that you are divinely guided and supported. It's a testament to the unwavering truth that when you align your will with God's, your life becomes a powerful testament to His grace and a source of inspiration for countless others. This is the ultimate fulfillment of the spiritual awakening, where purpose is not found, but divinely revealed and passionately lived. The journey from confusion and pain to clarity, healing, and spiritual awakening is a testament to an enduring truth. No matter the struggle, unwavering faith in God will inevitably lead to breakthroughs, profound peace, and a clear sense of purpose. This is the unwavering anchor in the tempest of life, the steadfast light that guides you through the darkest nights. For Sarah, her renewed health and purposeful work became a living sermon, illustrating the power of resilience born from faith. She no longer saw her illness as a punishment, but as a path that led her to a deeper spiritual connection and a profound understanding of compassion. Her life, once defined by loss, was now defined by abundant grace and a powerful drive to serve. She knew with absolute certainty that God had been with her every step of the way, even when she couldn't perceive His presence. This wasn't intellectual knowledge. It was an ingrained knowing, a truth etched into her very soul. David, having weathered the storms of betrayal and financial devastation, stood as a pillar of integrity and quiet strength. His business thrived not just in profit, but in its ethical foundation and the positive impact it had on his community. He had transcended the bitterness of his past, replacing it with a deep sense of gratitude and a profound understanding of divine justice. He understood that his trials had been a refining fire, burning away the dross and revealing the pure gold of his character. He often shared his story, emphasizing that even when the path seemed darkest, turning towards God was the only way to find true light. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, he would advise, quoting Proverbs 3:5-6, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. He had lived this truth, and his life now radiated the peace and purpose that come from complete surrender to a higher power. This reaffirmation is not a simplistic dismissal of pain, but a deep spiritual understanding that even the most arduous journeys are part of a divine tapestry. It's about recognizing that every challenge serves a purpose, every tear sows a seed of growth, and every moment of doubt, when overcome by faith, strengthens your spiritual muscle. This truth is echoed throughout sacred texts. In Deuteronomy 31:6, it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." This divine promise is the bedrock upon which we can build lives of unwavering faith and purpose. According to a recent study by the Pew Research Center 2022, 80% of individuals who identify as highly religious report a greater sense of meaning and purpose in their lives compared to those with lower religious affiliation, underscoring the tangible benefits of a faith-centered existence. This reinforces the idea that an active faith is not just a belief system, but a vital component of a fulfilling and peaceful life. The journey of the chosen one is not a singular event, but a continuous unfolding, a perpetual dance between challenge and triumph, doubt and devotion. It's about remembering that even in moments of perceived stagnation, God is always at work, meticulously weaving your path, preparing you for the next level of growth and revelation. Embrace this truth, hold on to your faith, and keep moving forward, knowing that every step, every breath is infused with divine purpose and leading you closer to the profound peace and alignment that awaits. The time has come to step into your power, to answer the divine call that echoes within your soul. You have walked through the shadows, faced the giants of despair, and emerged with a strength you never knew you possessed. Now it's time to fully embrace your identity as a chosen one, not as a title of privilege, but as a recognition of your unique spiritual journey and the profound purpose that awaits you. This isn't about passive waiting. It's about active participation, a conscious choice to align your will with divine guidance and forge a life of profound meaning and impact. Consider the words of Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This isn't just a comforting verse. It's a divine blueprint for your life, a promise of purpose and prosperity that transcends your current circumstances. To truly step into this promise, you must take a step of faith, even when the path ahead isn't fully illuminated. What does this step of faith look like for you right now? It might be as simple as beginning a daily practice of prayer and meditation, dedicating even 5 minutes to connect with the divine presence within. It could involve forgiving someone who has wronged you, releasing the heavy burden of resentment that is blocking your spiritual flow. Perhaps it's taking that courageous first step toward pursuing a long-held dream, trusting that the universe will conspire to support you when your intentions are pure and aligned. It might mean reaching out for help, whether from a spiritual mentor, a trusted friend, or a professional who can guide you through a particular challenge. Or perhaps it's simply declaring aloud, "Right now, I am a chosen one, and I am ready to embrace my spiritual journey." Reflect on the message you've heard today. Where do you see these signs of spiritual awakening in your own life? What struggles are you facing? That could be a prelude to a powerful breakthrough. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back from the transformative power of faith. Remember, God is always at work, even in the most difficult times, meticulously orchestrating your path. You possess an innate power to overcome, to heal, and to thrive beyond your wildest imagination. Your perseverance, your willingness to trust, and your openness to divine guidance are the keys to unlocking a life filled with peace, purpose, and profound fulfillment. Take that step of faith today. Declare your intention, commit to your spiritual growth, and watch as the universe responds in miraculous ways. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it is a sacred one. Embrace it, trust it, and allow the wisdom of your soul to guide you. If this message has resonated with your heart, if it has offered you a glimmer of hope or a moment of clarity, please like this video to help us spread this message of awakening. Subscribe to the Book of Wisdom channel to continue your journey with us and become part of our growing community of truth seekers. And most importantly, share your commitment, your insights, or your questions in the comments below. Let's build a collective tapestry of shared wisdom and support. Your voice matters, your journey is powerful, and together we can illuminate the path for countless others. Remember, you are a chosen one, and your life is destined for greatness.